First of all, thanks for being here in my YouTube channel. So friends, before watching all my railway exam videos, so do not forget to do these three things. So the first will be the WhatsApp channel. So after posting every videos on the same topic, we will give you an homework question on the form of PDF. So we will upload the PDF on my WhatsApp channel. So do not forget to join our WhatsApp channel. So second, after posting every topic videos on the same topic, we will give you two tests. So one will be easy level and the second test will be moderate level. So do not forget to purchase the test, and after posting every video, do not forget to write both the test on my channel. And the third, importantly, those who are preparing for the railway exam, the first video that I have posted, tips to crack and strategy to crack the railway exam. So do not forget to watch that. So after doing all the three things, watch my railway exam videos. So friends, now in this video number 5 on the railway exam preparation video, so now we will be solving a question that is based on frustum of cone. Right? So in the previous video itself, I have told you, right? So if you take a cone, previous video we have solved a question that is based on a cone. So cone has two major categories. One is a normal cone, like without any changes in the cone. They will give you a total cone, and our target is to find what is the radius or volume or slant height or height. So based upon the question, we have solved it. But there is another category of cone which is called as frustum of cone. So when you cut the cone into two halves, which is called as a frustum, the bottom part is called as a frustum of cone. So not only on cone, when you take a prism also, previous video I have told you this initially. So if you take a prism and if you cut the prism, right, when you cut the prism into two half, again where the top layer will be another prism, but the bottom will be frustum of prism, right? So prism is not needed. Why? Because that is not in the part of your exam. So mostly you will have questions that is based on cone, cylinder, etc. So only we are learning only the frustum of cone. So here, first when you see a question in your exams, if it is based on a frustum of cone, first what you need to check on the question is whether the cone is cut into two equal half, or else the cone has cut into not into a two equal half. That is most important. Only by after reading a question you can able to find that, right? There is in the frustum of cone category, there are two category. One is a cone that has cut into two equal half, right? How you can say whether it is two equal half? Only based upon the height. For example, if this cone total height, right, I am saying this cone total height is 24 centimeter. For example, I am saying, right, if this cone height is total 24 centimeter, if they cut a cone into two equal half, then we can say that this height and this height both will be same, 12 centimeter, 12 centimeter. So if both the heights are same after cutting the cone, then where the cone has been cut into two equal half, right? This is the one category. And second category is they just randomly cut the cone. Right? Let me take this point, right? They just randomly cut the cone which will not be in the two equal half, right? So they cut the cone which is parallel to the base. So this is another category of question. This will be the first category of question. So these kind of category we didn't learn on the schooling time, schoolings in CBSE or your state level school books. This type of question was not asked at that time, but you can able to see more question that is based on this category, right? So first, to solve these kind of question, right, when the cone has been cut into two equal half, just remember only one simple logic here. Just look at the total height of the cone is h, capital H, right? So divided by the small cone height is h. Both are same, right? This height 12 centimeter. This is also 12 centimeter, and the total height will be 24 centimeter. So from this point, what we came to know here is this total height, that is total height of the cone, which is equal to volume of the bigger cone, right? So volume of bigger cone, right? Understood or not, right? So this height which is equals to volume of the total cone divided by this h, small height, will be the volume of a smaller cone. So volume of smaller cone, bigger cone and smaller cone, that's it. So when you know this logic, then solving a question that is based on this category will be very, very simple. We know the volume of cone formula. Substitute here whatever value that we need to find. By using this logic, you can able to get the value easily. So friends, understood or not, right? So this capital I determines the total height of the cone. So that is equals to volume of the total cone, right? So divided by which we call it as a bigger cone. this will be a smaller cone, right? So divided by volume of a smaller cone, height will be this area alone. So only I have taken a small h. That's it. So this is the formula. Usually when you take your books and see, they have written this formula. So only from this part they have derived this formula, right? When the cone has been cut into two equal half. So second category, when the cone is not cut into two equal half. So what you need to do here is just do one small thing here, right? Just see, usually for a cone they have an height and the cone will have a radius. So what you need to do is just point something, like this point is A and this will be B, this will be C, right? So this will be D and this will be E. So once understood or not what I did? Because here where both the height is not same, it will be different, somewhere different. So what here in this scenario you have to do is just point A, B, C, D, E, and just listen here. D, E and BC, both the lines are parallel line. Yes or no? D is there, BC is at the bottom. So both the lines are a parallel line. So what I'm going to do is DE divided by BC. These two lines are parallel, which is equals to, for DE, this line will be perpendicular, that is AD. For BC, this complete line is perpendicular AB. That's it. So this will be the formula for these kind of question, and this will be the formula for these kind of question. So friends, understood or not, right? So for this, in the school time, we have learned tan theta, because they usually take this as one right angle triangle and they will take this complete part as another right angle triangle. So they will find the tan theta for the small triangle and tan theta for the another triangle. So tan theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Those things are not needed here. Why? Because we don't want to learn all those properties, because properties will not, they are not going to ask in your exams, right? So when you take an exam point, usually you can able to see a question that is based upon some values will be given. So properties are not needed. So that's the reason I didn't teach you the property here. I have just taught you only this format. So I hope this format is easy, because you don't want to sit and by at it. So these two lines are parallel. DE, BC, both the lines are parallel. For DE, AD will be perpendicular. For BC, AB will be perpendicular. Right? So after in your questions, they will give you some sort of value. You just substitute the value according to the question format and the formula. You will get the answer for sure. Right? So friends, I hope you understood the concept of frustum of cone. So do not sit and by heart the formula. Just understand how this formula came from this. Right? That is most important. And usually finding a volume, everyone knows it, right? When you take a cone, when this cone into cut into two parts, right? This will be another cone. In case if you need to find what is the volume of this frustum, this part, if the question says what is the volume of this frustum part, how will you find? Total volume of cone, right? The total volume of cone minus of volume of a smaller cone. So total cone minus small cone, resultant will be the volume of this frustum of cone. Okay, this is the basics which is not applied here. I didn't teach this concept here. I hope everyone knows it, right? So total cone volume minus of the top small cone. When you subtract that, the resultant volume will be that frustum of cone. So everyone knows it, I think so. So these are the two major category. So whenever you see an exam, in the questions in your exam that is based on a frustum of cone, first see which category the question is. Whether this category exactly off or not exactly off. So if it is exactly off, use this formula. If it is not exactly off, so check whether which line is perpendicular and parallel. Just put down all the values. You will surely get the answer, right? So I will be solving only two questions in this video. One is based upon this and another will be based upon this. So I hope you have taken the test of the previous video. So previous video that is based on cone. So after teaching cone, I have given the test. So I hope you have taken the test. If not, kindly take the test first and then come and watch this video, right? So now let me move on to two questions that is based on frustum of cone. First question. So the height and the radius of the base of a right circular cone are 12 centimeter and 6 centimeter respectively. So the radius of a circular cross section of a cone cut by a plane parallel to its base at the distance of 3 centimeter from the basis. So friends, first time if you are learning, you may feel confusing, right? So what you need to do is just read the question again, understand the concept clearly, or else just draw a small diagram, right? That will help you to understand the question little bit easily, right? First, what they are saying is the height and radius of the base of a right circular cone has been given. So first they have given the height of the cone. So height of the cone is how much? 12 centimeter. As well, they have given the base. So the radius is 6 centimeter. So both the values they have given. And then the radius of a circular cross section of a cone cut by a plane. So they have cut the cone into two half, right? But remember, whether it's a category 1 or category 2, they didn't give you, right? They didn't mention that the cone has been cut into two equal half. That point has not given. But they have given another point here where you can able to see its base at the distance of 3 centimeter from the base. The meaning here is the cone has been cut into two half. So where the distance is 3 centimeter from the base. From the base, this is the base point of the cone. From the base, 3 centimeter, right? After this 3 centimeter, they have cut the cone into two half. So now you guys have to decide whether they have cut into two equal half or not. So the total height is 12 centimeter, right? From the base, after 3 centimeter, they cut the cone into two half. So the remaining height of the cone will be 9 centimeter. Yes or no? Because if this is 3, then this will be 9. So from this point, right, from this diagram, we can able to easily say the cone is not cut into two equal half. Why? Because both the heights are different. So this height is 9, this height is 3. So definitely the cone has not cut into an equal half. So now what is a target? Just see the radius of the circular cross section of a cone cut by a plane. So this area, that is this cone cross section radius, we need to find it. So once understood or not, a cone has been cut parallel to the base, and for this cone our target is to find what is the radius. So this is our target. So just now we have learned two important formula. One formula where the cone has cut into two equal half, and another formula where the cone is not cut into two equal half. For that, instead of learning all the property, I have taught you only one small technique, that is these two lines are parallel, right? So this line is parallel to this. So this line, our target is to find what is the length, that is a radius, which is question mark, divided by the parallel line, which is 6 centimeter, is equals to, for this line, this will be perpendicular. For this perpendicular height is 9. Divided by, for this line, the complete height is perpendicular, which is 12. So friends, understood. So question mark is equals to 9 into 6 divided by 12. 1 6 are 6, 6 2s are 12. 9 by 2, 4.5 centimeter. So which means the radius of this cone, right, the smaller cone radius will be 4.5 centimeter. So this will be the answer for the question. So friends, understood or not, right? So this is the way you have to solve a question. First read the question. If you are a beginner, draw the diagram. That will be the better way to understand the question easily, right? First draw the diagram. So after drawing a diagram, check whether in the question itself they have given the point that the cone has been cut into two equal half, or else some question they might give you all the values, some question they will not say. By just after drawing a diagram, after writing all the values, we have to decide whether the cone has been cut into two half or a different area. So here they have given that the cone has been cut into two half, but from the base at the distance of 3 centimeter. From the base at the distance of 3 centimeter, they cut the cone into two half. So from this point, we came to know that if this height is 3 centimeter and this height is not 3 centimeter, which will be 9 centimeter, only then we can say the total distance will be 12. So 9 centimeter. So now the cone has not cut into two equal half. So use that formula, what I taught you, the parallel things. So try to find out the answer. Right. So this will be the answer for the first question, and this is the way you have to solve a question that is based on a frustum of cone. Second question. So in a right circular cone, the radius of its base is 7 centimeter and the height is 24 centimeter. A cross section is made through the midpoint of the height parallel to the base. So find the volume of the upper portion is. So once after reading the question, you can able to see our target is to find what is the volume of the upper portion. That means when you cut a cone into two half, right, which will be like topmost part will also be a cone. So our target is to find what is the volume of the upper cone, right? This is our target, and check whether the question comes under which category of cone, whether the midpoint or else without a midpoint. Here they have given a direct word that a cross section. Cross section is nothing but they cut a cone, right? So cross section is made through the midpoint of an height parallel to the base. Midpoint of the height, so which means the cone has cut into two equal half. So first, in case if you are first time if you are learning this kind of question, better draw a diagram and substitute all the values here, right? So first take a cone. They have given a radius of the cone which is 7 centimeter. As well they have given the height of the cone. So height of the cone is how much? 24 centimeter. So 24 centimeter will be the height of the cone. So height of the cone is given, as well as the radius of the cone is given. And they have mentioned the point that the cone has been cut and the cross section has been made at the midpoint. So which means this height will be 12 centimeter. And similarly, this height will also be 12 centimeter. Only then we can say the cone has been made, the cross section has been made at the midpoint. So if it is a midpoint, we have learned one important formula, that H1. So H1 will be the total height of the cone divided by the small height of the cone will be this. So total height divided by smaller height, which is equals to volume of a bigger cone divided by volume of a smaller cone. Either you can write these two values at the top or at the bottom based upon your pattern, right? But anyway, so total total height of the cone, which is will be the capital H, total height will be 24 centimeter. That will be equal to the total volume of the cone, bigger cone. So divided by volume of the smaller cone. So now here our target is to find what is the volume of the smaller cone. This value our target is to find. That means the bottom denominator value is we need to find it. So let me take it as a question mark. So when just important note here, right? Very important note here. This is the formula what I taught you in the starting stage of the video. Just in the formula, put cube here, h1 cube divided by h1 cube. That's it. I thought of teaching this separately to you, but it is not required. Why? Because it's one kind of property, so which is not, I think it is not required. In case if you need it, I can teach on the last video. Some properties are there in sphere. So similarly, there will be some properties on a cylinder, as well as there are some properties on cone. So what I planned is to teach all the important properties alone at the last of the video, right? After finishing the complete measurement topic, at last I will post a separate video for the properties. Why? Because if you take these kind of question, if the cone has been, a cross section is made at the midpoint, they will say like 1:8 ratio. Usually they say this 1:8 ratio, that is 1 cube is to 2 cube ratio. The height and the ratio, it's one of the property, right? So you don't want to learn this now, so that's the reason I didn't teach you it. So but what you need to remember is the same formula what we learned in the initial stage of the video. In that formula, just add a cube alone, that's it. So now our target is to find what is the volume of the smaller cone, but we have all the remaining values. So height, the total height is how much? 24. So 24 cube divided by smaller height. So smaller height of the cone, which is 12 cube, is equals to volume of the bigger cone. So volume of the bigger cone formula will be 1/3 pi 22 by 7 r square, 7 square into h. So h will be the bigger cone, which will be 24. So divided by total question mark. So now cancel all the values. So we can cancel 1 7s are 7, 1 7 here. So similarly we can cancel 124 and 124 here. So now we have two 24s, right? So what I can do is 24 into 24. We have 224 in the numerator divided by, so 312 is equals to, the remaining values are 22, 7. So 22 into 7 divided by 3 into question mark. So these are the values that are remaining, right? So now we can cancel it. 1 12s are 12, 12 2s are 24. 1 12s are 12, 12 2s are 24, right? So 2 into 2 will be 4, 4 into 3 will be 12. We can cancel 3 and 3 here. So question mark is equals to 22 into 7. So question mark is equals to 154. So which means the volume of the smaller cone will be 154 centimeter cube. So this will be the answer for this question. So friends, understood or not, right? So this is the way you have to find the answer if the cone, that is cross section, is made at the midpoint. In case if the cross section is not made at the midpoint, the previous model. That's it. First you have to understand the difference. After that, based upon the question, substitute the formula. Most of the values will be directly given in the question itself. If some values are not given, I have taught you how to find it. In case if you need to find this volume or this volume, we know the formula. Previous video we have learned all those things. So after finding it, substitute here, you will surely get an answer. So only one changes that I made is, in the formula what we learned in the initial stage of the video, just put cube alone. Why? Because for example, this is 154, right? This is 154. When you the numerator value and the denominator value, when you try to cancel it, when you find this volume alone separately, if you find this volume separately and the denominator is 154, what we found now, when you cancel and see, the ratio will be 8:1. 1:8 ratio or 8:1 ratio. That is one property. Whenever you cancel the value, it becomes 1:8 or something like that. So that's the reason they are putting a cube here. So I will teach you all those properties later on, but here in this video, just remember this formula alone. That is enough to solve the question. So friends, that's it. So thank you so much for watching this video, right? So next video, first I have finished a sphere and then I have finished a cone. So now the cone category is completed. Sphere, hemisphere I have taught 2 videos, and then cone and frustum of cone. So next will be cylinder, hollow cylinder, and then cube, cuboid, all those stuff. Surely within 10 days I will finish the complete measurement topic. So I will be very slow on teaching, right? Posting every video, but each and every video content are most important. After watching the video, just write the test. After writing the test, analyze what is the mistakes that you have done. So after analyzing it, you just refer some of the Google and find the question that is based on cone, or if you have any books, or if you are studying in any institutions, in your books there will be some questions. Definitely there will be question that is based on cone, sphere. Try to solve all those questions. You have to put some efforts on your own. So only then you can able to clear the exams, right? So friends, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you really like it, share the video to your friends, those who are preparing for the competitive exams. So thank you so much for watching it. Bye.